coming up, what is the best that Hollywood Studios has to offer when it comes to rides, shows, vibes, food? We're going to break it down. We are going to talk about it. It's another draft, and it's Hollywood Studios. He was looking at me like, he was like, are we going to go back and forth? I was starstruck because I love him, and I literally just said, hey, man.
Hey y'all, it's LJ here, owner and founder of Smart Moms Plan Disney and Smart Moms Travel. We are so glad you're here for another episode of the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast. Now, here's your host, Allie.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast. I am your host, Allie. I'm here today with Katie and Becki. I am in a particularly good mood today. We are going to play a game. We're drafting. We're drafting today. My favorite thing to do here on the pod. Before we dig in, what's up? Hi, Katie. Hi, Becki. How y'all doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing well today. How are you?
I'm excited because we're drafting. I told you that.
I'm doing well as well.
I am hoping that when I, in a little bit, do our wheel of names, I am not called a cheater on any level because we are going to be doing it live. But before we dig in, it's freezing here today. Okay, it's summer, but it's 50 degrees. I just had to throw that out there.
Gosh, it's baking here today. It's actually 90 degrees every day here. I bet Becki probably even has it a little warmer. Is that true, Beck?
Yeah, and probably even more humid. And we actually have record-breaking heat at the current moment.
Oh my gosh.
And which is causing sweeping power outages and white issues across southern Florida. So welcome to Struggle Bus 101 today.
It's getting warm here, but whenever you travel, don't you want to go somewhere warm? It's usually you're going somewhere warm, I feel like.
I used to think that until we moved to South Florida. And now I'm like, do I want to go on vacation to Canada?
You do definitely want to go on vacation to Canada. I don't want a vacation somewhere cold personally. I think when my kids are a little older, we're definitely going to do like an Alaskan cruise. And I would love to be the family that goes on ski trips. But the reality is we're not. We're
That's
just
funny.
not. I have imposter syndrome when it comes to something like that.
So this morning, I was dropping my kids off at the bus stop, and our local radio show was sharing facts and getting responses from people. And they had shared that a poll had shown that the ideal vacation, most people say, is at least 3 hours away from you. So 3 hours plus away from your home. And how long do you think people said was the ideal vacation length? Take a guess.
The length of the vacation they go on, I'm going to guess a week.
A week is what I would say. 7 nights, 8 days, or 6 nights, 7 days.
Yeah, I feel like maybe 10 days at the most. They said the ideal vacation length was 12 days. And I was like, ooh, that's a long vacation.
We just did 11 nights for spring break. I mean, that was the longest we had ever done. I can't imagine doing that every single year. Like, that is just not our style. Have you ever done a 12-night vacation? I mean, maybe Europe. For sure, Europe, but
we went to Australia for 2.5 weeks. We went to Europe for 2.5 weeks. And we also did a Mediterranean cruise that was 10 nights.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, I love it. But by the end of it, I was ready to go home. That is definitely on the long side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, at what point are you on vacation and your mind is all of a sudden just worrying about everything you have to catch up with whenever you get back home?
Yeah, probably a week for sure, to your point, Katie. But honestly, I can't think of anywhere I'd want to be for that long other than a European destination where you're probably going to multiple countries or cities. Even our trip that we did for spring break was split up between a couple of different things that we were doing. So one destination here in our country for 12 nights, maybe Hawaii, I guess would be but you're probably island hopping at that point. One place for 12 nights, I think I'd be over it fairly quickly. But I've always been of the mindset too, if you're going for 3 or 4 nights, that's a trip, not a vacation. And if you're going within 3 hours, that's a trip, not a vacation too.
This is hilarious to me because trip and vacation are synonyms, Allie.
No, I've always had it in my mind that they are different things, and that is how I define them.
You're funny. All right.
I think that other people do that too, though, because as a travel agent, I hear from clients the difference in conversation between a trip and a vacation, but I also hear the word getaway. Like if you're going away for the weekend, it's a weekend getaway compared to a vacation is like a dedication to a full suitcase. Maybe it's the difference between, for me, it's like, am I backpacking or am I actually packing a suitcase between a vacation and just like a short trip or a getaway?
That is so funny to me.
The two are not synonymous to me. It's not a trip is a vacation and vice versa, like at all. And they never have been. A trip is just a fun Trip and getaway are more synonymous to me than vacation and trip.
I just
Yeah, but
don't.
think about like the word Euro trip. Euro trip is going to be long, right?
I've never used that word in my life.
Yeah, me
Have you
either.
seen the movie? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But I've never, that's not in my vocab.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
We're day tripping to somewhere we know, right?
yeah, today we're going to day trip to one of my favorite parks, you guys. I know I talk a lot about Epcot, but Hollywood Studios, it just has a place for me. I cannot get over it. I love it so much. The vibes, music, theme, rides, not so much the food, maybe, which I've talked about on here as well, but it's okay. We're going to be drafting Hollywood Studios today. When we started this pod and we started drafting, so many, many moons ago, episodes ago, we drafted Magic Kingdom. We drafted Epcot. We did not finish our park series. So today we are drafting Hollywood Studios. We have some awesome categories, park specific, that we are going to dive into. We come back, we're going to pick our draft order live. So no foul play involved. Go over our draft order and dive right in. This episode of the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast is brought to you by BabyQuip, the #1 baby gear rental service across the US, Canada, and beyond. There is nothing more difficult for my family with 3 young kiddos than when we are traveling. We're just out of rhythm without our things. We just feel out of step and our kids feel off. It can make our vacation feel so much more stressful than it needs to. With a wide range of baby and toddler equipment available, including cribs, strollers, car seats, toys, and more, BabyQuip helps give us some of that normalcy that our kids crave and we need as parents when we are away from home. When they're happy, we're happy. And by using local quality providers that are often moms, dads, and grandparents just like us and you smarties that are listening today, BabyQuip makes sure that you are working with somebody who understands the needs of your family firsthand. If you need it, they have it. All products follow strict cleanliness and safety protocols and are also insured to give you that extra peace of mind that you need to really enjoy your vacation. With convenient delivery to your location, whether it's a home, a hotel, a vacation rental, wherever you're calling, home away from home, they've got you covered. BabyQuip is available in over 1,500 cities, making it accessible. So whether you're heading to Disney World, Disneyland, or another travel destination, BabyQuip will be there for you. With their easy-to-use online platform, you don't have to stress about getting your products. Head to babyquip.com. Use code SMPOD, that's SMPOD, to get $30 off of any order of $150 or more. That's babyquip.com. Pack light, travel happy. You guys, should we review the draft categories first or reveal the draft order first?
Well,
Do
the
we wanna
draft
do-
order's already been determined. Like I put it in our spreadsheet and we already put Allie first because that is just the reality of the
Stop it.
situation.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath on this one.
Everybody get out of town. Categories we are going to be drafting in today: sit down meal, quick service restaurant, show, character meet and greet, ride with a height requirement over 38 inches. So we're calling that a bigger kid ride. Ride without a height requirement under 36 inches. We're calling that a little kid ride. And of course, wild card. Thought it was really important to include show and character in this park specifically because it leans so heavily into those aspects more so than any of the other parks, I think, because we are really leaning into movies and things like that. So those are going to be our categories. I am going to share my screen now and we are going to pick our draft order. You can see our names there.
Okay, I see them.
Here we go. Becki, confirm that you see the
I
wheel.
see them and they are a 1/3 split. Confirmed. Although you are waiting an awful long time to hit start. So I think you're waiting for your specific
Oh my
space.
God. Get out of town. Oh, wait. No.
This is rigged. This is rigged. No, this is rigged.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I genuinely
I told you.
I genuinely thought that was about to be
No,
Katie.
no. I put you in order. Go ahead and close. You're going first.
It's not fun. It's not fun this way.
It's fun for us.
Do you want me
because
to-
we get to poke fun at you forever.
Do you want me to should I try it again one more time?
No, because then that really is cheating.
It's really fine.
It's not, because why does it always happen that way? It's less fun.
All right, looks like Becki's going second.
This might be the first time ever that I'm going second. I put myself as third, so it's not rigged.
No, it's not rigged. I don't know why the
This
wheel
is
does
so
that.
funny.
I have even tried to type our names in a different order in the wheel frame so that it would be different. I don't like stacked decks or cheating. It's not fun for me, but it is hilarious that this is what keeps happening. But it's very unintentional. I don't like it like
This
that.
is the equivalent of you getting September 7 times in a row when you first started writing Guardians.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't get September. I got Conga.
Oh, Conga. That's what it was. I'm like, you kept getting the same song.
Yeah, it's Conga. I wish it was September.
Would've been
Okay,
nice.
this is going to be a real-time offer. Katie, do you want to trade me draft spots?
Oh my gosh. You can't offer me to cheat. I mean, I do want your spot, but I'm not going to take it. I'm fine. I'll be fine.
All right. Again, I don't necessarily believe that first is the best place to pick. I did not win last time's draft, and I'm going to pick one selection, but because we do this draft snake style, by the time it gets back to me, 4 more things will be off the board.
Mhm.
So picking first, I don't know why everybody thinks that that's the best spot to pick. It's actually a very difficult spot. We do these drafts snake style. So it goes me, Becki, Katie, then back the other order. Katie goes first, Katie, Becki, Allie, Allie, Becki, Katie, Katie, Becki, Allie, and so on. So on the bookends, you're kind of picking twice in a row, but Becki always gets a pick before it gets back to the next. Does that make sense? Are we ready to rock?
Let's go.
Ready.
All right, so that's gonna have me picking first. There is only one category I want to go to start today's draft. It's a very small category. Ride under 36 inches. We're calling it a little kid ride. There are very few in Hollywood Studios. The purpose of these draft style episodes are to teach you about the parks in a fun way. It's important to know there are not a whole lot of little kid rides at Hollywood Studios, right? So this is a smaller category. I'm going to start there by taking my first pick. I'm going with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway as my ride under 36 inches because not only is it my favorite ride without a height requirement in the park, it is also maybe my favorite ride without a height requirement at Walt Disney World. It's that good. I love it that much. I scream laughed the first time I ever rode it with my wife. We didn't have our kids with us. It was on an adult trip and we were like, let's check out the new ride. And it's been a blast ever since. So I'm all in on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway for my ride without a height requirement.
I love that you took that in that position because, again, I think it's a ride that people overlook. I think everybody rides it, but because the line moves so quickly, I think people overlook how amazing this ride is going to be. And the first time we rode it, we actually rode it, realized we started in the front train and then ended up in the back train. And then we were like, oh my gosh, we have to ride this again. And so we ended up going through 4 times to see the different variations of how you end if you're in different train cars on it. There is so much to love about that ride. Good choice. Good choice.
It's literally a perfect ride.
It
It's
is
so
so good.
great. It is Disney at its best. So I feel good about my pick there. And Becki, that's going to go to you.
All right. So I have my fingers crossed, my eyes crossed, my legs crossed, everything crossed in hopes that Katie is not going to steal what I want. Because when I was talking with Sean last night about us drafting this park, he said, if you don't get the one thing that you need to get, you're sleeping on the couch.
Okay.
I'm hoping it comes back to me. So I have to start with where my heart really lies at Hollywood Studios. I'm sure you already know where my heart lies at Hollywood Studios. I am taking Fantasmic as my first number one. Fantasmic is, I've said it time and time and time again, it is my Disney why. I love it, and it is the best show in Hollywood Studios for sure. But for me, it's my favorite show in all of Disney World. Happily Ever After is amazing, but this is where my heart lies for nighttime spectaculars.
I'm a little hurt. I love Fantasmic too.
Yeah, I knew that this was not getting back to me. Fantasmic is a nighttime show. It's Mickey in a nightmare and fighting off the villains, but more than that, you get touches of so many different characters. It's in a huge amphitheater. I knew that there was very slim chance I was going to get this, so I feel less hurt about it because 4 things coming off the board before it gets back to me. Fantasmic was going to go. I assume you're taking that in show, Beck?
I am taking that in show, yes.
Okay. All right. Great pick. Obviously, strong pick. What's your favorite part of that show, by the way?
The ending scene when Mickey is doing his thing with his dance and after the boat goes by and that music of the closing scene of Fantasmic when he's dancing in the fireworks and then that very last line of the song with the popping of, where I'm not going to spoil it, but the magic of him moving throughout the stage.
Yes.
True full body chills, everything. And that last line, I put that on the wall
I love
of
that.
my kids' playroom. They had, I don't know that that's a spoiler, but it says some imagination, huh? I put it on the wall of my kids' playroom when they were little.
And that just made me want to cry, honestly. It's the best. Cry thinking about, I mean, no offense, not thinking about your nursery, just thinking about that part of the show. Gets me, emotional. All right, Katie, that's going to go to you, and it's going to be 2 picks. 2 good things off the board to start.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys picked 2 of my heavy hitters that I'm like, dang, I really wanted that thing. I am absolutely drafting Ride with the Height Restriction. And you know what it's going to be. It's going to be.
I actually don't know what it's going to be.
It's going to be Rise of the Resistance. Of course it is.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, it's more than a ride. It's like a whole experience. This was the attraction that took things over the top, that we're not just here for the ride anymore. We're here for the whole immersive experience. It's not even just a pre-show. The queue is so much build up to the whole attraction that by the time you get on the ride, you already feel like you've experienced so much greatness with the room with the stormtroopers, and you got on your space shuttle, and it's amazing.
Yeah, Rise of the Resistance is like a feat, right? It's an absolute accomplishment for Disney. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna die over it. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you're going to appreciate it. So good pick there. Are you a little surprised at the height requirement for that ride? Because I feel like my twins were riding what I felt were bigger things before they were able to ride Rise.
I am a little surprised by the height requirement on it, because since it is like a whole experience, right? If you do rider swap for Rise of the Resistance, this isn't like 15 minutes and then we're back. This is like a minimum of 30 minutes and then
Yeah.
you're swapping. So I have always been like, man, if we got to swap, I'm just going to sit this one out, you guys. I think I did it once or twice and then I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, the ride car itself and the main experience, bulk experience of the ride is very similar to Runaway Railway, just in the trackless type of movement. There are a couple other surprise elements I don't want to spoil, which are, I guess, where the height restriction comes in. But even those aren't that big, and I've always been surprised at how high the height is here. But there is one, and it is considered a bigger kid ride. And Star Wars lovers or not are obviously going to love it. So good pick. And you get another one coming back our way.
Okay, so I have been debating, should I choose a category that hasn't been chosen yet, or should I double back in a category that you've already chosen in, but I feel strongly about?
Go with your gut.
It is the struggle of the draft at all times. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take my wild card
Oh
category.
my gosh.
Okay,
This is shocking.
and I'm gonna take Oga's Cantina.
Oh.
Oh, I just watched Allie's face and she is burned.
I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed.
Oh man.
Oga's Cantina, obviously the bar lounge in Galaxy's Edge, one of the greats on Disney property. Stormtroopers will come in from time to time. It's a lively atmosphere. You get one of my favorite drinks on Disney property, the Fuzzy Tauntaun. It's a great pick. Hollywood Studios does have a bar lounge type vibe, right? Like this is a park where you can order a beer, a cocktail, some sort of drink. You can walk around with it. There are grab and go spots throughout the park. You can take your drinks from Oga's to go. So this park does have that vibe. People aren't walking around sloshed or anything, but if you enjoy a drink and that enhances your time, this is a park where you could do it. Oga's is just so great.
It really is.
I love the theming.
Oh, so
Yeah,
good.
good pick. Okay. All right, Beck, that's going to be to you.
This may or may not be a really dumb overall pick, but I truly don't want to sleep on the couch. And I do love this ride. So even though I personally don't know whether it will win in our voting in our social medias, please do come join us in social media to join in on the fun of this. But as a ride for littles, I'm going to choose, you guys already know what I'm going to say?
Absolutely.
Toy Story Mania. My husband would literally be so mad every time the Hollywood Studios, anything, conversation, ranking, anything, and I don't give it a 100. He's like, how are we married? It is just everything that our family loves, in the competitive nature, in the interactiveness, in the theming. Toy Story is just near and dear to family as a whole. Such a great ride. And we have a history of the first time Sean took Macy, she was just a little baby and he was so involved. This is maybe not the greatest story, but he was so involved in wanting to win that he was pulling the little lever to try to win, and he realized he was hitting Macy in the head with the little drawstring. Oh my gosh. I love this ride. I love
That's
this
great.
ride, and it is 100% worth everybody's family going on just for the competitive nature of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this type of ride, vehicle and like the competition ride, right? The shooting type game. I think a lot of parks try to do, and I think Toy Story Mania does it the best.
It is so great.
Good pick there. Okay, my turn.
Yep, you're up, Allie.
I get 2 picks because I'm going to end round 2 and start round 3. I think I know where I'm going. Gonna hit show next. Hollywood Studios is all about the shows, and it definitely is the park with the most shows, I think, right? We think Hollywood Studios has more than Animal Kingdom?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think so too. More like sit down to experience shows, right? And they're all very good, but I am going to go ahead and snag Frozen, the sing-along. We've talked at length about this show and what fun it is. It is not a retelling of Frozen. Okay, this is a very one-of-a-kind experience. A lot of the shows at Disney World are retellings of stories we love, which is great. I love that also, but this is a little something for the adults, a little something for the kids, a little bit of Disney magic, and a lot of Frozen fun. The first time we ever went, we thought we were just going to a sing-along, and what we got was so much greater, and it's one of my favorite memories. So definitely feeling good about having grabbed Frozen.
I feel burned that you got Frozen because whenever I was debating which category I should go into, I was like, I need to snag the Frozen sing-along. So you got me on that one.
Yeah, and you had 2 picks, so no sympathy here. It was right there for you to take. You didn't take it, so it is mine. I feel good about it. And now I got to go with my absolute heartstring, one of my Disney Whys. I'm so connected to this. Everybody knows I can't do Disney without doing this ride with a height requirement. I am snagging Tower of Terror. I understand that there are more popular rides. I understand that honestly, I could have gone to a different category and still gotten a good pick here, but I would have been sad to walk away without Tower of Terror because I just think it's a perfect ride. I love it. I'm so happy when I'm riding it. I'm so happy when I'm in line for it. I want to ride it again and again. I love riding it with my kids. They love it. We put our feet and our hands in the air. We're just free falling, and I feel so happy that I got it. I was really nervous coming into today's draft that I wouldn't get it. So it's mine, and I feel great.
I actually penciled it into my box that you were going to take it, and I was like, do I do that to her? I don't think that I
know
should
you
do
could
that
have.
to her.
You could have. All right, Becki, that's gonna go to you. You're up.
Okay. Which do I do next? Do I take a character meet? Because there are some really solid ones in this park. However, I also am leaning towards maybe I take my sit-down table service. I think I'm going to go with my table service for sit-down, and I'm going to choose, this is a hard one for me because there's 2 that I really think are worthy. However, if I'm drafting true to me, which I will admit I have sometimes not done in the past, Allie, don't talk trash. I'm going to take...
You're just taking stuff to spite me. I knew you were about to grab Tower.
No. And I say I'm not competitive. Haha. I'm going to draft 50s Primetime. It is my favorite restaurant in Hollywood Studios.
I'm feeling the hurt on that one too. That's a great pick. It's my favorite pick too.
Yeah, 50s Primetime is one of those dining experiences. This is where you get to interact with your servers and they play a role and they make the whole thing just an immersive time. It's where we used to eat growing up. Food, honestly, kind of subpar. Experience, great. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't.
Food is not my favorite.
The food is so good. I love the food.
And I'm the middle here.
I really think the food is really just okay. It's kind of like canned vegetables and watery spaghetti.
No. Oh my gosh. No, absolutely not. No. So I'm definitely like, if I want to go have a sit down meal with my family, like I'm usually choosing something that's comfort food. And that's what this is. It's the best fried chicken. It's the best pot roast. It's so good.
Interesting.
You can't argue.
I can argue.
I didn't actually realize that about you, Katie, but think about it. Garden Grill, comfort food. The things that you love is comfort food. So
yes.
there you have it. But 50s is all of those things and more. Like the aunts and uncles and cousins that serve you are just so fun to interact with. And the food is definitely, I wouldn't say subpar, but it's very much home cook style food. It's not like you're out having a fancy meal.
No, but to be clear, we do go to 50s prime time and I do recommend it, but typically when I'm recommending it, I am doing that on experience and like the ice cream floats.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I tell people, I'm like, it's not going to be the best dinner you have while you're there, but you're going to have a great time.
Agreed.
All right, Katie, you're up.
I am so torn on what to do next, y'all. I keep looking at the map while we're doing this draft, like, what do I need to choose next? What do I need to choose next? You know,
Katie, you're just wasting time right now. You're vamping
I
on us.
know I'm vamping. I didn't mean to vamp. Okay, let me look at the grid here. I'm gonna take quick service, which no one has drafted yet. I'm gonna draft very true to me. And of course, I'm taking Woody's Lunchbox.
Yeah.
I love everything on the menu at Woody's Lunchbox. And the Lunchbox tarts are my favorite pastry, snack, dessert, whatever you want to call it. I always get some to take home too. Everything on the menu is good. Whether you get the tachos, whether you get the brisket melt, everything is fantastic. So I'm taking Woody's Lunchbox.
It's a good pick.
This is as true to you as Tower of Terror is to Allie. You can't see me, but my face is not shocked at all.
Yeah.
We know this about you, Katie. I love that about you. All right.
Yeah.
So
nope, it's still Katie. Katie gets another pick.
Oh yes, she does. She gets another one. You're right.
I get another one. So I get to be indecisive again. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to pick character meat next. And I will tell you, I am so stinking torn on meet and greets in this park because there are so many, and I feel like people don't even realize how many character meet and greets there are. I gotta go with my OG Star Wars loving heart, and it's gotta be Darth Vader. He is this presence that is just felt. And if you are an OG Star Wars nerd, you're like, this is amazing. I have taken my husband there for like a surprise to go meet Lord Vader on his birthday. And he was like, this is amazing. Our kids loved meeting him. We loved meeting him. What character meet and greet is there out there that you're like, as an adult, I am all for this?
It's a good one. Obviously, the OG Star Wars characters are met in the docking bay, right? That's what it's called.
It's not docking bay. It's launch bay, I think.
Launch bay. Yeah. No, you're right. It's launch bay. It's over there because the timeline of Galaxy's Edge is different. I've actually never met Darth in the park.
You are missing out because it's an incredible meet and greet. Like, he's just so good.
Yeah, I've heard it's good, but I've never done it.
He is a really great one to meet, but actually when you said Star Wars, that's not who I thought you were going to say. So
I almost said another one too, but I'm not going to get into that right now.
Yes, we'll see if it comes.
Yeah. All right. Beck, what you got?
All right. I am thinking I'm going to take every category has at least the one thing taken now. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I think I'm going to go with quick service. Yeah, I'm going to take quick service. There are two that I absolutely adore in Hollywood Studios. I think I'm going to go with ABC Commissary. It's where my heart currently is. I think that the secondary one to that may be what Allie takes, and so we'll get to talk about that as well. But ABC Commissary is very, very diversified in its offerings. My family can all find something that they're happy with there. And I really also love the location of it. It gets you out of the heat of the park if you're in the middle of the day. I love that they have self-service drink fountains here, so you can refill your drinks while you're sitting. If you're a soda person, that works out really, really well. So for that purpose, I do love ABC Commissary.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Good pick. I'm glad you picked that. Yeah, I'm glad you picked that. Okay. So you each have 4 picks. I only have 3. I'm going to make one more pick. We're going to take a quick break and come back. So I'm going to take one of my picks now, and then we'll start the next round. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go to my sit-down meal. And because Becki took what I would consider the best experience meal, I am going to go ahead and take what I consider the best food meal.
You're killing me on this because I don't even know what the best dining in terms of food is. Like, what are you going to say?
I know. I'm really torn here. And I have been on record saying that I've been less than impressed, but this restaurant has had a glow up They have revamped their menu. I appreciate the new menu. I appreciate the location of this restaurant because there is an opportunity to sit outside and experience the vibes of the park while you're eating really good food and having a good glass of wine, which is always important to me when I'm having a sit-down meal. So I'm going to go ahead and take Hollywood Brown Derby as my sit-down meal. I think the change in the menu was a good call. And I do think it is the superior restaurant in terms of menu at the parks. So I feel good about it.
What I hear you saying, though, is that you are drafting cold, mushy chicken noodle soup.
Yep, this
No,
is
I
true.
think they got rid of that. They had the glow up. They had the menu glow up. And admittedly, I messed up in my ordering. But you can get that flight, the really good flight. What is it, a margarita flight or something there at Brown Derby? And there's just a lot going on. And the new menu, they did themselves some favors there. All right, we each have 4 picks out of our 7 categories. We are going to take a quick break and hear from our other Smart Moms travel agent friends in our Friend Like Me segment. Do not you dare fast forward here. You got to hear what our friends are up to because they're going to add some happiness to your daily feed. Also, if you're enjoying this episode of the podcast, please consider sharing it with your friends. You're going to hear from our friends, and we want your friends to hear from them as well. Sharing this with you, people you love in your life, really helps us and allows us to keep doing what we're doing. Also, leave us that 5-star review if you haven't already, or even if you have, update it. You got a new favorite episode or something? We want to hear about it. And we'll be back on the other side. Stop scrolling your Instagram and follow our friend Heather at Heathers_magical travels on Instagram. She is highlighting multi-generational fun and how families of all ages can enjoy parks and travel together at any star of life. She's a grandma on the go who loves adventures and being spontaneous. She wants to inspire others to embrace travel with the same type of enthusiasm she has. The magic never gets old when you follow Heather at Heathers_magical travels on Instagram. Smart Moms Planning Family Travel on Facebook is one of my favorite places to explore. They will tell you how to make every single dollar count, and that's important to me. You can get the best experience for your budget with promotions and more, knowing all the best times and secrets for low crowds and strategies to help make your trip easier and more enjoyable. Many travelers assume that staying off property saves money, but that may not be true, and if you join them at Smart Moms Planning Family Travel, you may learn exactly why. That's Smart Moms Planning Family Travel on Facebook. All right, we are back. We have each drafted 4 categories. I know where I'm going next. I am going to go to character meet and greet. Katie already touched on the fact that this is a really unique park for characters. I just want to reemphasize that because when you are meeting Fab 5 characters, you're getting them in really unique outfits, right? You're getting them in their Hollywood star. So even those meet and greets are really leveled up and awesome. But you're also getting the whole world of Star Wars, right?
Mhm.
From old saga to new saga. And you're also getting Pixar. And I think we can touch a little bit more when Becki makes her choice because I don't want to spoil anything or sway Becki's choice in any way when it's her turn. But I had one of my favorite character meet and greets of all time at Hollywood Studios when my family met Mike and Sully.
Oh.
Sully from Monsters Inc. And he's going to probably get a glow up meet and greet with the new Monsters Inc. land coming. He was so big and so impressive, like jaw dropping. When you walked into the door room, which is kind of where he is, it is unlike any other character you can possibly meet. He's mammoth and fuzzy. And my little girl, my little baby twin, she was dressed as Sully that day and she had on a fuzzy onesie and little fuzzy Sully ears, which for any Smart Moms travel agents listening today, the hidden Mickey will be ears. She was so cute. And what I remember is that she was so small and she walked up to him dressed just like him, and she was as big as his foot.
Oh.
So she's like holding onto his ankle, and she's literally as big as his foot. And I have the pictures. I can share them, but Sully should never be missed. It is a truly unique experience. It is everything you would want. He is as big as you would want him to be, and bonus points if you dress like Sully to meet him.
I am literally shocked that you
You
took
are?
Sully. I didn't know this about that experience. I literally typed into the box next to you when you said Pixar. I totally thought you were going Sadness.
I do love Sadness.
There are so many good character meet and greets in Hollywood Studios, and I love that you have a great experience with Sully. We have a great experience with McKenna meeting Sully as well, but it was in Disneyland, and wow, that is an amazing character to meet, for sure.
So impressive. And he was so sweet with my little one. It was so great.
Sully is great. I don't want to gloss over the fact that you did skip a group that you can meet. We did talk about Pixar, which Toy Story is in Pixar, but you skipped over the Disney Junior characters, girl.
Yeah.
We can meet the Disney Junior characters there too. And we have heard in recent news that Bluey is probably coming to the parks like this year or next year, right? And
Yeah.
my prediction is Bluey and Bingo will eventually be in the
Yeah.
Disney Junior
Oh,
area.
they have to
Yeah?
get there someday.
They're definitely coming. Here's my nitpick with Disney Junior. It evolves too fast. I've said this on the show before. Disney Junior evolves so quickly that I don't know, and I don't have toddlers, so I can't speak for toddler moms, but I'm thinking that most toddlers don't care about Doc McStuffins or Sophia the First.
That's not true. No.
They're still popular?
My kids love them. There's so many moments of my girls dancing with Fancy Nancy. They love Fancy Nancy. Whenever Emma broke her leg and we took her to the parks in the wheelchair, she wanted to go meet Doc McStuffins.
That's cute.
She had this great moment with Doc McStuffins. Yeah, we love them. We love Vampirina. We love all of them.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I just feel like those are decade-old characters and there have been new ones, and that is a hard little niche to keep up with. And so I'm glad Bluey is probably coming, but hopefully it's not before Bluey's prime. All right, Becki, that's to you.
So at this point, it's just kind of filling out the rest of these items. So I'm going to go to probably character meet and greet simply because we're talking in this vein. And two of my very favorite characters are in Hollywood Studios, besides Daisy. Daisy is just going to be true to my heart forever and ever, but you can meet Daisy lots of places. And she doesn't have a dedicated space here. More often you see her when you're walking into the parks, greeting guests or up on the balcony there. So my next space, and I'm going to go unique here because Sorcerer Mickey is definitely like my favorite Mickey. However, I'm going to go unique because there are so many unique characters here, and I'm going to say Powerline Max. Goofy movie. Oh, if I had to have choose a top 3 Disney movies, Goofy movie lands in those top 3 every single time. And Powerline Max, the soundtrack, just Max in general, he's a lesser known character, but I feel like for my generation, grew up with Goofy movie, and maybe even a little younger, I feel like Powerline Max is a great addition to the parks. And he's newer. He hasn't been there all that long.
Yeah, great pick.
Yeah, I feel like Powerline Max has that. It's sort of like a cult following, right? Like all of us millennials are all over it. I love that choice.
Yeah, it's a great pick. He always has a line. All right, Katie, that's to you. 2 picks.
All right, 2 picks. So I'm going to draft my show, and I'm going to take a risk here because we are getting new shows on May 27th of 2025. And those new shows are The Little Mermaid show is finally coming back after its 5-year-long hiatus after 2020. The Little Mermaid show is coming back, and we're finally getting that Villains show. We are getting Unfairly Ever After debuting May 27th. Now, this is a risk because as of the time that we're recording this, no one has watched this show yet. However, I'm going to take the Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After as my show pick because there is so much hype around this show. This is the first real opportunity that we have as Disney Worlders to really interact with villains and see what they have to offer. And I'm gonna hedge my bets on that one. So I'm picking the Disney Villains show.
I'm surprised.
I'm not surprised. I actually had that as a sleeper pick because, gosh, I'm so excited to see it. I have high hopes, but tempered hopes because there could be things that go wrong. However, Disney, just do yourself right by this because this is going to be such a fun show, I think.
All right.
Becki, I knew that you were going to take Fantasmic, but I knew that if I was able to beat you to the punch to getting Fantasmic, I was like, I bet that Becki would probably pick the Little Mermaid show.
Little Mermaid was always one of my favorite things. I'm very excited to see what they do to revamp that show. I'm thrilled that it's coming back. Was that 2 picks, Katie? Or do you get one more?
I do get one more. And I'm going to take I'm actually going to take my ride with little ones. So we're looking at rides under 36 inches for the height requirement. And that leaves me with Alien Swirling Saucers. I'm picking Alien Swirling Saucers not just because it's the last choice.
Yes, you are.
But no. I genuinely love this ride. So, whenever I was a little kid, like I talk about how I grew up in the Pittsburgh area and we would go to Kennywood all the time. I grew up in a big family. We couldn't always afford to go on a vacation to go to the beach or something like that, but we could go to Kennywood at least once a summer. Kennywood had this ride called the Whip that I love very much, and I haven't been back for so long. But this is sort of the Disney equivalent of the Whip, the Alien Swirling Saucers, where you're going around the turn and you are whipping around the turn, which is really fun. And I have had so many precious moments with my kids on Alien Swirling Saucers, so that's going to be my pick.
I love that your family loves it. I was super nervous when Allie took Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway because that means I got Toy Story Mania or Alien Swirling Saucers. And I was thinking, if I'm stuck with Alien Swirling Saucers, am I allowed to draft the tram that brings me in from the parking lot?
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah. No,
it's way better than that.
No, this is unfortunately the thing you get stuck with in this draft.
No. I disagree.
It was the stain.
I still have a category that I could pick in, and I chose to pick this one anyway because I love this ride so much. I have so many great videos and pictures of me and my girls just laughing our full heads off on this ride. This is a core memory ride for my family. It really is.
All right, fair enough.
This is me being the person that gets made fun of for saying this, but Katie, I love that for you.
Yeah. Love that for you.
That's Becky's bless your heart is love that for you.
Love that for you. All right, Becki, you have a pick, and your pick, whatever you pick right now, is going to have great impact on whatever I do next. So I'm kind of on bated breath here.
I know, because you are really hoping to draft Star Tours in your wild card. I know, I can feel it in your bones. That's where you're going.
Yeah. Please don't take it. Please don't take that epic ride.
All right. So I'm going to go with Ride with a Height Requirement. And this is going to pull on nostalgia for me, but also I love it. And that is Rock and Roller Coaster. We know that it's going to be getting a revamp. I am hesitantly optimistic about this revamp. Stacy has comforted me that it's going to be okay because I'm not a Muppets person. I really love Aerosmith, and even as dated as it is, I love hearing sweet emotions while I'm going on a roller coaster. There is just something about it, and I'm hopeful that the glow up that Rock and Roller Coaster is getting is still going to be just as fun.
Wow, I'm stunned. So it is great. I love Rock and Roller Coaster. Only ride at Disney that goes upside down. Absolute blast. That launches everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have my final two picks here. So I'm going to start with my quick service just because you all have both picked there. So this is a less exciting pick for me, but I think I'm getting out with a great one when I pick Docking Bay. Docking Bay 7 in Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I have a newfound love for. First of all, if you're using the dining plan, this quick service credit is going to be a great strategy for you. I researched this, and this can be an expensive quick service, and you're going to make your credits stretch so far. Just FYI, I found one of the most expensive options on this menu to make my credit really work for me. But the mac and cheese, the vegetables are delicious. The chicken is really good. There's all kinds of different meat, veggie, mac and cheese type options. Kids will be happy here. Adults will also be happy here. I think they did a great job balancing good flavor with theme, which is awesome. So that's going to be my quick service. Now I've got wild card, and this is my last category. And I am thrilled to take Slinky Dog Dash.
Dang.
In my wild card. I don't know how we made it all the way through a draft, and Slinky Dog is my last pick. I went ahead and passed this up to take Tower of Terror in my ride with a height requirement because I love it, but Slinky Dog is one of the greatest achievements for young kids in any Disney park.
Mm-hmm.
It is consistently a thrill-seeking hit for little kids, big kids, adults. Everybody loves Slinky, and I've told my story many times of my little girl dressed as Slinky and heading to the park, and us getting to ride it 3 times through just because she was the cutest little Slinky dog ever. Slinky Dog Dash, man. Like, that is the lightning lane pick that everybody's going to fight over. It's never going to stay available. It is arguably one of the most popular and sought after rides in all of Disney World. So getting it in Wildcard feels like a wonderful thing for me. So Becki, that is going to leave you with your final pick.
That is crazy because honestly, Slinky Dog just slips my mind. Like as a family, we don't go on it anymore because we're all teenagers and up at this point. And so I that was oops on me. I should have taken it in my instead of Rock and Roller Coaster. But regardless, I would choose Rock and Roller Coaster over Slinky any day of the week
Yeah,
as
but
myself.
when you took Rocket, I was shocked.
Yes, I
I was
saw your
like,
face
that's
and I was like, what are you thinking you're going to take? And that you're right.
I know. I knew that whatever you picked in that slot was going to affect my final choice because I had a few things I wanted in wild card. Obviously, Slinky was number one I wanted, but I didn't think I would get it. And so I was just like bated breath waiting to see what you were going to do.
Let's be honest. I think that you're going to win wild card at this point. Oga is amazing, but Slinky Dog, there's such a draw there. So many people love it.
Yeah.
Man.
Ride with a height requirement's crazy though. This just goes to show you like between Rise, Tower, and Rockin', that's our three picks that we have. And that is a banger of a category, which just speaks to the fact that the rides and attractions at Hollywood Studios are out of control. They're so good.
I also feel like this speaks to, even if we get all the way to the end of a draft, there's still amazing picks left at the end of the draft, right?
Right. Yeah. It's a good park. People overlook this park and they want to skip it too often. It's too good to skip.
It really, really is.
I have something on my list that was up there for what I was going to do in wild card. I'm obviously not going to say right now, but I'm interested to see where you go here because that's your last category.
So this goes back to my Phantasmic pick that I realistically should have put Phantasmic as wild card because there are so many good shows in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
And while I am tempted to want to take Indiana Jones is amazing, Beauty and the Beast live on stage is amazing, I actually think that I'm going to take Little Mermaid. Even though we haven't seen the new rendition of it, I saw the cast preview of the new Little Mermaid show, and it's just a reinvention of the same show, so updated. And this was probably top 3 things back in the day before they closed the original Little Mermaid show. I loved it. And so I'm hopeful that Jodie Benson was the original voice of Little Mermaid. She was in tears watching the new show. And so I am very hopeful that it's going to do right by the original show.
I love that. I love that so much.
Did you all see on the internet that Jodie Benson's daughter played Ariel in a local kids theater production?
No, that's amazing.
Yeah, she posted it like on her Instagram or TikTok or something, and her daughter was Ariel. Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I would be bawling my eyes out.
Yeah, well, we'll watch the video because I did actually get emotional. Katie, this is it. Final pick of the draft. You have one category left, but a few things to pick from. So I'm interested to see where you go, and then we'll review and talk about some things that were left on the table.
Okay, so my last category that I can pick in is table service meal. And we have Hollywood and Vine, we have Sci-Fi Dine-In, or Roundup Rodeo in the Toy Story area. So I am debating if I should go either Roundup Rodeo or can I plus up my choice with a Phantasmic Dining package? Can I do that? Because everybody should get a Phantasmic Dining package.
No, we all have picks that qualify for that, so it's not a thing.
I'm taking it from the table. It's mine. No, that's okay. I'm actually going to pick the Roundup Rodeo. It's the newest restaurant in the park. And it's a lot of fun, you know. It's leaning into that Toy Story theming and everything. You all know I love Woody's Lunchbox. What's not to love over at Roundup Rodeo, right? So that's going to be my pick.
Yeah, Roundup Rodeo is great fun. It's adorable. The food is good. The barbecue is really good. It's a solid pick in a park that doesn't have solid food, honestly. All right, that's it. That is all of our picks. So I'm going to read through these, and then you all are going to join us at Smart Moms Plan Disney Podcast on Facebook and on Instagram so that you can vote on who wins this draft. For Sit Down Restaurant, Becki has 50s Primetime Cafe. I have the Hollywood Brown Derby, and Katie has Roundup Rodeo. For quick service, Katie has Woody's Lunchbox, a bit of a theme there for Katie. She has both Toy Story restaurants and food. Becki has the ABC Commissary, and I have Docking Bay 7. For show, Becki has Phantasmic. I have the Frozen Sing-Along, and Katie has Unfairly Ever After, the new villain show. For character interaction, Katie has Darth Vader. I have Sully, and Becki has Powerline Max. Ride with a height requirement, Katie took Rise of the Resistance. I took Tower of Terror, and Becki took Rockin' Roller Coaster. For ride without a height requirement, I took Runaway Railway, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Becki took Toy Story Mania, and Katie took the Alien Swirling Saucers. And she says it's not because she was stuck with it. And in wild card, Katie took Oga's Cantina, I took Slinky Dog Dash, and Becki took The Voyage of the Little Mermaid. Pretty strong draft, you guys. There's so much stuff to enjoy about Hollywood Studios. Some things, notably, that we left on the table. Kylo Ren as a meet and greet. I am obsessed. Okay. I had a starstruck moment when I met Kylo and I yelled his name out of nowhere. I was with another Smart Moms travel agent friend and I was just like, hey, Kylo. And I don't know why. I just love him. And he turned around and I had nothing. I just stood there and he was looking at me. He was looking at me like, he was like, are we going to go back and forth? I was starstruck because I love him. And I literally just said, hey, man. And then that was it. He just walked away. It was so embarrassing, but I literally love him and I'm in love with him. We didn't talk about The Incredibles, Edna Mode and Frozone. You can meet there. Obviously, Joy and Sadness as well. This is just the Pixar park. Beauty and the Beast and Indiana Jones we touched on. But one thing I think was left on the table that was my backup for Wildcard was a droid and lightsaber build. Enchanting extras, building a droid, building a lightsaber. Those were on my list until you fools left Slinky Dog Dash on the table. I had to just snag it at the last minute. But my wild card originally was going to be droids and sabers. I think kids are going to love doing that. Adults also love doing that. It's one of those unique and awesome enchanting extras on par really with Bippity Boppity Boutique and its uniqueness and enjoyment, except it's something you get to enjoy longer, right? You could take those home. So overall, Hollywood Studios, great park for vibes, rides, shows, food, okay. But I'm excited to see how this one shakes out.
This is funny to me because today I told myself before we started drafting, I was like, I'm not taking the little kid mom angle today. I'm taking the Katie angle today. And I still ended up with so much Toy Story.
I think that is the Katie angle, is what's real.
It's true. It's just the angle.
We do still have another park to draft, which is going to be great. That's going to be coming down the pipe, but we're never going to stop drafting. We love doing that here on the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast. We can't wait to hear what you think of this. That is going to do it for us on another episode. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. Coming up.
Look at this, you guys. Oh, sorry.
Hold on. Wait, Katie.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that any of those options. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Is there a security? Wait.
Start video. Rename themselves. Chat. Share screen.
Woo, woo.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. Scratch all that. Here we go.
Oh, it is.
Are you talking? Is Becki talking?
No, I'm not talking. Nope.
Oh, I thought you were talking in froze. Okay, sorry.